guys, how you doing today? This is David Lucas back here again. Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Now today I'm gonna be basically doing a review, I would like to say a 90s review, maybe kind of like a retro kind of review. I kind of would like to do one of these, maybe do a lot of these, like a time period type of reviews or something. Maybe that'll be something new I bring to my channel. For this first one, I am gonna be doing a review of one of my favorite 90s movies, one of my favorite adventure movies out in general, because I love adventure movies. That movie is the 1999 movie starring Brendan Fraser's The Mummy. Yes, guys, The Mummy. This movie is a good movie, dear to my heart. One of my earliest memories of watching movies is with this movie. I remember, I think it was my dad, he recorded it on TNT. Sometime in the early 2000s, he recorded it on TNT, and then I remember I had that VHS of the recording that he did of it, and I would always rewatch it and watch it back. A lot of memories with that. I remember there were certain parts in that VHS that would always, scatter or get all staticky on certain parts, and I never could see those parts. So, when I would see it on TV or would rent it from the video store, it was always, a big surprise to me that I would see, these extra scenes that I'd never noticed, I have a lot of memories with this, playing with my toys and all that, wrapping my toys up in Mummy stuff. This is a movie that is a very dear to my heart movie, and I just really want to review it on my channel. Basically, the whole plot of this movie is Rick O'Connell, Brendan Fraser, and Eve Cardigan and John Cardigan, I'm pretty sure that's how you say their names, go on an adventure to a lost city in Egypt called Hamunaptra. And in this, they end up discovering something more than just treasures. And now, like I said, it is an adventure movie. It is a 90s adventure movie, and it comes with all of your lovable 90s cheesiness, and you know what? It all fucking works. I know usually in my reviews I do the good and the bad, but honestly, there really isn't anything bad about this film, so I'm just gonna just get out my bad just right off the bat. Really, the only thing I can think of that's bad about this film, and it's just nitpicking, is maybe the CGI gets some dated. There is some CGI in there that gets very dated, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So now that we got all of that, that big list of horrible stuff out of the way, now let's get on to the good stuff about the 1999's The Mummy. Oh, of course, you probably heard me already 100 times in this video say adventure film, but yes, this is an adventure film. And if you are a fan of adventure films, or if you enjoy, good adventure kind of films like Star Wars or Indiana Jones, kind of stuff like quests like that, then yeah, you will love this movie. You will love this movie a lot, I feel like. Another thing that this movie does, too, that I really love and that I really appreciate of this movie, what it does, is that it basically reinvented the monster universe for a time, at least. For a time, and it kind of sucks that it never went anywhere after that. But it did. It was supposed to start from, you can even tell from right off the bat that it was supposed to start the new MonsterVerse. I think this would have been a good template to carry on forward with. It takes the lore and it takes the history of these characters, of these monsters, seriously, but at the same time, not taking it seriously. I know it's weird I say seriously, but not taking it seriously, but takes it seriously to the point to where it shows how you expect monster movies to be. They're goofy, they're funny, they're supposed to be cheesy, they're supposed to be all out there, like Frankenstein and all that. At its core, has a serious undertone to it. And that's what this movie does. It basically brings back people to the MonsterVerse, because I'm pretty sure up until this point, people weren't really caring about the MonsterVerse. I'm pretty sure people weren't caring as much. But I feel like after this movie came out, The Mummy, that's all of a sudden everyone started loving all the monsters again. People started loving the Mummy. People actually paid attention to the Mummy. People probably never did pay attention to Mummy as much back then, It was always about Dracula and Frankenstein and Wolfman. But the Mummy now, people are like, oh, everyone knows about the Mummy now. And then it takes its history and changes it, but it makes it to a more realistic, real world kind of sense, to where it is taking it a little bit more seriously, in my opinion. I think of every single actor in this whole movie just has perfect chemistry with each other. They all do it. Every moment when any person is on screen together, they all work. They all click. You all believe what they're saying. You all believe, Rick O'Connell is kind of the guy he is, y'all. And I think it's because these actors just completely own these roles and completely do nail these roles. Even though on paper, a lot of the stuff that they're saying and doing is very cheesy and corny, these actors take it and make it seem cool. They make it seem fun. They make it seem enjoyable. That's another thing, too, with this movie, that it's fun. This movie is just a straight-up fun movie. Honestly, I kind of enjoy it, and I'm going to get hate for this. I don't care. I think it's more fun, and I enjoy it more than Indiana Jones. Just my opinion. You know, don't tag me. I know I'm probably gonna get attacked from saying that. Oh yeah, I can hear the comments, but but it's true. I think this movie is more fun than Indiana Jones. I think it's more fun than all the other kind of adventure type of movies because it doesn't take itself as seriously. I'm in this movie. I feel like I'm on a ride. I feel like I'm with the characters, and it's weird. But every time I watch it, I feel like I'm actually in there with the characters on this ride, on this fun ride. And I enjoy it. And every time I watch it, I enjoy myself. And it's always funny because I always just see myself in here with these characters. I love it. Even, too, with the comedy, with the goofiness and cheesiness in there, it still has some darkness to it. It still has some dark scenes. And it still has some kind of creepy, kind of like moments where you're like, ooh. Especially with me, some of the effects with the Mummy, I think, are really good. Now, I know most of the CGI in here is pretty bad with a lot of the other things, without like the cities and all that. CGI is horrible at that. But the effects with the Mummy, I think, work amazing. I think the effects of the Mummy are perfect. And it looks creepy. Even to this day, I watch it, I'm like, this still looks pretty creepy, you know? Like, this still looks real. To me, at least, it looks pretty real. Until when he's like morphing and going all, you know, but other than that, I think it looks really good. And I think all this has to say is that even with all this goofiness and corniness and, you know, silliness, there's still a good story on this. There's still, like I said, you feel like you're in here. You're engaged. It's an engagement story. It's simple. It's a simple story. And it's been used over and over again, yes, but it works. And it works perfectly, in my opinion. And because I feel like it takes itself not as seriously. And that's something that I really love about this, is that this movie does not take itself seriously. It doesn't at all. It completely knows what it is. It knows what kinds of movie it is. It knows what kind of history it has. It knows what it should be. And it takes that and it uses it. And it uses it perfectly, in my opinion. It uses it perfectly. And that's what makes this movie work so well, I feel like. So basically, my final thoughts on 1999 Brendan Fraser's The Mummy is that I think this movie is honestly one of my top 20 favorite movies ever made. Not top 10, but definitely top 20, top 25 best movies ever made, in my opinion. It is the perfect 90s movie next to Face Off, I think. It is just all around great. It is a goofy movie that takes itself not too seriously, and it knows what it is, but yet at the same time does have some serious undertones and scary tones to it that works perfectly for the movie. And on top of all of that, great cast with great characters who are being portrayed by actors who have great chemistry and feels great on set together. Also have a good, enjoyable story that's going into this film that keeps you engaged and having fun. It's a fun, enjoyable movie that I recommend everyone to watch, because The Mummy 1999 is definitely a 9.5 out of 10 movie. It is a fantastic movie. I love this movie, and I'm pretty sure everyone else that's seen this movie loves it too. So if you don't believe my recommendations, go listen to anybody else, because they probably will agree to that The Mummy 1999 is amazing. And it is one of my favorite movies ever. So guys, thank you again for watching my video. And again, if you like this video, make sure you give me a like and subscribe to my channel. I always appreciate it. Let me know down in the comment section below of what you guys think of this movie. I want to know your guys' opinions. What do you guys think of The Mummy 1999? I'd love to know down in the comment section below, and let me know your thoughts on it. Until next time, guys, we'll see you later.